All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Luke, and I'm the music director here. And today I have a request for everyone, too. I'm just getting over a little sickness, so if you know me really well, you know that I don't normally sound like this. So during my songs, I'm going to really ask for your support while we're doing it. So I think you guys can do that. I hope you guys can do that, so please help me. But to start off, we're going to have two songs. Hymn 1028, The Fire of Commitment, followed by You've Got a Friend in Me. Sorry, I had to take my cough drop out, too. From the light of days remembered burns a beacon bright and clear, guiding hands and hearts and spirits into faith set free from fear. When the fire of commitment sets our minds and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, when we live with deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then the promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin. From the stories of our living rings a song both brave and free, calling pilgrims still to witness to the life of liberty. When the fire of commitment sets our minds and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, when we live with deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin. From the dreams of youthful vision comes a new prophetic voice, which demands a deeper justice built by our courageous choice. When the fire of commitment sets our minds and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, when we live with deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old pal said. Son, you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. If you got troubles, then I got 'em too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together, we can see it through, 'cause you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. Now some other folks might be a little bit smarter than I am, bigger and stronger too, maybe, but none of them will ever love you the way I do. Just me and you, boy. And as the years go by, friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
Thank you,
guys.
Luke. What a great way to start our service. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to UUCC. My name is Pat Fuhr, and I'm very happy to be your lay leader today. Welcome to everyone in the sanctuary and to those joining us by Zoom or YouTube. And a special welcome to our visitors this morning. Thank you for taking a chance and taking the time to walk through our doors or join us on Zoom or YouTube. If you're curious about our faith, we encourage your questions. There's literature in the lobby as well as in the community room. And please, please stick around for coffee and conversation after the service. For those of you who are joining us remotely, we encourage you to attend the Zoom coffee hour following the service. Now, images of the congregation may be shared on social media. So if you don't wish to be seen on social media, there are seats available at the back of the sanctuary. Please refrain from talking while we are live, as our house microphones may pick up your conversation and then broadcast it to the wider community. And if you switch your cell phones to airplane mode or turning them off, that will help to avoid streaming disruptions. The Little Brick Church on Shaver Road in Portage, with the rainbow flags and the Black Lives Matter banner, is our home. We sit on the ancestral lands of the Peoria and the Potawatomi people. The elders and their values of wisdom, love, respect, truth, honesty, humility, and bravery are honored by our congregation. We believe that love is love, and it is our responsibility to dismantle white supremacy and build a beloved community that benefits us all. Our spiritual journeys are diverse. Our community is compassionate, inclusive, and united by love. Our church is served most Sundays by our minister, Reverend G. Ludwig McCartney, and other Sundays guest speakers will come to the podium. Water is life is the spiritual theme for this year. And today, Reverend G. will ask us to consider how being part of a faith community can quench a thirst for belonging. To learn more about our church, including our programs for children and youth and other opportunities to connect with us during the week, visit our website, uucommunitychurch.org. And a special thanks to everyone who's helping to make this morning's service possible: our tech team, our coffee hosts, our greeters, and you. And I have a couple of announcements. Periodically, the UU Community Church holds special Generosity Sunday collections to support local organizations that promote justice, equity, and inclusion in our community. And our Generosity Sunday recipient for September is the CETA Scholars Program at Western Michigan University. It's a campus-based support program that provides holistic coaching, programming, and financial support to college students with a lived experience in foster care. To support this important work, please put a check made out to UUCC with Generosity Sunday in the collection basket or mail it to our building. And you can also give online by visiting our website or using the Vanco app on a smartphone or tablet. Just make sure you put Generosity Sunday in that. And another way you can put your faith into action this September is to donate food, clothes, and toiletries to support migrant workers in our community. There is a collection box on the table at the back of the sanctuary for our donations. And you can learn more about this collection on our website or by talking to Carol Higgins. Our annual water community ritual will take place during our Sunday service on September 14th. Please be sure to bring a little bit of water with you that Sunday from a place that's important to you to add to our communal bowl. And that's it for the announcements. Before I light the chalice, I have a few words from Kathy Savannah Gelfand. Talks about chalice lighting, how it's important. We light our chalice as a symbol of gratitude. In the authentic and gentle manner of our connections, we cultivate a simple sweetness to brighten our spirits. May we be grateful for the ways we nourish and uplift each other, for it is the sharing of the hallowed time together that sustains us. And now, reciting the words on the screen, we will light the chalice. In the light of truth and the warmth of love, we gather to seek, to sustain, and to share. Today there are two readings. The first is from Robin Wall Kimmerer, and it comes from her book, Braiding Sweetgrass. At the height of the summer, when the days are long and bright and the thunderers come to soak the ground, the lessons of reciprocity are written clearly in a Three Sisters garden. Together, their stems inscribe what looks to me like a blueprint for the world, a map of balance and harmony. The corn stands 8 feet tall. Rippling green ribbons of leaf curl away from the stem in every direction to catch the sun. No leaf sits directly over the next, so that each can gather light without shading the others. The bean twines around the cornstalk, weaving itself between the leaves of corn, never interfering with their work. In the spaces where corn leaves are not, buds appear on the vining bean and expand into outstretched leaves and clusters of fragrant flowers. The bean leaves droop and are held close to the stem of the corn. Spread around the feet of the corn and the beans is a carpet of big, broad squash leaves that intercept the light that falls among the pillars of the corn. Their layered spacing uses the light, a gift from the sun, efficiently with no waste. The organic symmetry of forms belongs together. The placement of every leaf, the harmony of shapes, speaks their message. Respect one another, support one another, bring your gift to the world, and receive the gifts of others, and there will be enough for all. Second reading is from Sarah Lammert and Joanna Macy. We create a web of life. This is finally the time to let go of that crazy notion that we can live separate and aloof from one another. We create a web of life. This is the time at last that we can come home to each other, to our mutual belonging. We create a web of life, and we create a web of life out of which every single one of us can use everything our stories have given us. We create a web of life. Every part of our lives, even the cruelty, even the abuse, even the addictions, even the loneliness, even the failures. We create a web of life. A web of life is created within which you can rest in that knowing. Because out of that, you can act. Out of that, all power is yours. Out of that, you travel light. Out of that, you can step forward. We create a web of life. Let every encounter be a homecoming as we step forward now for the healing of our world. The The world is not going to be saved by good people or noble people. The world is going to be healed by ordinary people like you and me, who are not afraid of pain and who are not afraid of loving each other. Amen.
Bring it on, everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm done crying, I'm through waiting, I'm through hoping against all hope. I'm through longing for something gone that'll never return. I think I finally learned to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm done grieving, I'm through dreaming that the life I had is ever coming back. No more wishing on someone else's star that'll never be mine. I think it's time to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. And I've survived many times before, broken hearts and slamming doors. I'll be alright, yes I will once more, just as I did back then. I'm gonna rise again, so bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. One more. So bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I know it's gonna be everything new.
Good morning and welcome. I'm Reverend G. Delighted to have you here in the sanctuary there and on the holy interwebs. Is this too hot or is it just fine? Good. Thank you all for contributing to the service. It takes a lot to put this on. I'm grateful to every single one of you. Luke, fine job, even though you're fighting a cold or you're coming out of it. It takes a lot and it comes together and it's always wonderful. So, as usual, I begin with a story. And today I want to introduce you to Harold Moskowitz. Harold Moskowitz is a food scientist. And in the 1980s, Pepsi hired him. This is too hot, isn't it? Can you turn down the volume a little bit on my mic, Joe? Thank you so much. Okay, good, good. All right, thank you. So Pepsi hired him in the 1980s because they were going to create a diet Pepsi. And they wanted to sweeten it with aspartame. And they didn't know what was the right amount of aspartame. And it had to be between, I don't know what kind of units they used, but between 8 and 12. 8 wasn't sweet enough, 12 was way too sweet. So where is the sweet spot? So Moskowitz got to work, and he did what any food scientist would do. He created a bunch of different samples, you know, with 8, 8.1, 8.2, all the way to 12. And then he brought in people, and they started tasting the samples, and then he collected all the data. And then when he had all the data, he got to analyzing the data. And the data was everywhere. He could not make sense of it. And it just ate him alive. Like, why can't he make sense of it? This is what science tells you to do. These are the steps you need to follow. And he cannot make sense of it. So he couldn't give Pepsi a definitive answer. And after that, he really struggled getting hired because this was a big research program that he failed. And he struggled, and he constantly thought about it, and could not come up with an answer. And then a few years later, he is in a place, and it just dawns on him. There is no right Pepsi. There is right Pepsis. Because all taste buds don't agree with everything. They need their own specially tailored flavor. So he would go to conferences and he would tell the food scientists, there is no right flavor. You don't understand. Stop looking for the one, they call it platonic flavor. It doesn't exist. You have to have many flavors. And they thought he was crazy. And he had a hard time getting hired. Well, it so happened that Prego, the pizza sauce, they had a problem. There was Ragu, the competition. Prego was better, they said, but Ragu sold better. And they ended up hiring Moskowitz to figure out and create the right pizza or spaghetti sauce. And he said, there is no right spaghetti sauce. There is right spaghetti sauces. So what he did, he went to Prego, got together with their scientists, and created like 60 different flavors. And some of them were smooth, and some of them were chunky, and some of them were spicy, and some of them had more garlic, and some of them were more bland. And he brought in people who had to taste, every person had to have 10 small servings of sauces. And then he collected the data. And this is what he learned. Indeed, people are grouped in 3 different categories. One is smooth and kind of bland. A little garlic, little salt, nice smooth tomato, not a whole lot to it. And there are the ones who like the chunky sauce. No one ever thought of making a chunky spaghetti sauce up to that point. But it turns out that a good 30% of people were always left out, the ones who like the chunky sauces. And then the next group was the people who liked it spicy. So now within these categories, you could create even more flavors. And he called this horizontal segmentation. One isn't better than the other. It's just, different. It just pleases another taste bud. There's no hierarchical goodness here to be found. It's horizontal segmentation. And sure enough, this completely changed the business model of the Prego spaghetti sauce. And in the next 10 years, they profited $600 million just off the chunky sauce that no one had ever considered creating before. Horizontal segmentation. He also said, stop looking for the one platonic flavor. It's like when you go to a very fancy restaurant, right? And then they bring you, I don't know, halibut. And the chef creates it a certain way. And then the reason it's created that way because that chef believes that's the best way to create halibut. But everybody does not order halibut for that reason. Because everybody doesn't think that's the only best way. It agrees with some taste buds and not with others. You've been to a fancy restaurant where you said, I wish I would have ordered your meal. Yeah? Because that's what pleases you. So horizontal segmentation. And I think when I read about this, I thought, wow, this is amazing because this metaphor fits so well to all other aspects of life. For instance, I think it fits very well to our search for spiritual fulfillment, right? So, what is really the problem with the world today? I think the problem with the world is that we have vertical segmentation. We just say, this is the one sauce, and take it or leave it. And if you don't take it, there is something morally repulsive about you. There is something terribly wrong with you if you don't like this particular sauce. And so the political climate is much like that. There is no more conversation, no more dialogue. There is just shouting at each other and wronging each other. So we are compelled to make these moralistic judgments and divide the world between them and us. And if you are for me, you're okay. If you're not for me, you are definitely against me. And so we are creating a vertical segmentation, when in fact we are hardwired for horizontal segmentation. So everything is breaking down. And it's also true for so many religious institutions who also offer their one specific sauce, and they say, take it or leave it. And by the way, if you don't take it, guess where you're going? You're going to hell. And that's not who we are. That doesn't necessarily resonate with all of us. We are hardwired for horizontal segmentation. So, here, we have horizontal segmentation. Here we say, we don't even have a dogma because, well, that would separate us, right? If I say I believe in this and this is the only truth, about 25% of us would agree with that, the other 75% would be left out. So we say, no dogma here. Here we say, come, bring your own special flavors. Let's go to the kitchen and let's cook together. And let's see what new flavor we come up with. Bring your truth. Bring your yearning. Bring your special path, the way you relationship with the transcendent, with the mystical. You may call it God, you may call it spirit, you may call it love, ground of creation, or maybe nothing. And bring that. and then add it to this pot that we're already creating. And then together, we find our way. And it's not because there's a certain teaching that tells us to do that. It's because the covenant that we have created with one another compels us to listen to one another, compels us to be compassionate and kind. And our theology doesn't live only in the confines of these walls. Here we walk the talk, out there we walk. Here we talk the talk, out there we walk it. We go to school board meetings. We write letters to our representatives. We open our pockets and support causes that we believe in. We go to marches. We go to town hall meetings. We do everything we can to walk the talk. Here we prepare. And here we prepare in ways that are different for all of us. Some of us are ministered to by meditation. Some of us are fed by inspiring intellectual talks. Some of us are fed by more spiritual talks. Some of us are fed by service. Some of us are, all of us are fed in different ways. So let me tell you why that is important. That there is, and maybe in English too, but in Hungarian, there is this saying, you can't begin feeding a horse at the bottom of the hill or of the mountain. You have to feed it long before you get to the mountain, and then the horse can climb. But you can't starve it and then feed it at the bottom and make it climb. So why is this important? And I can tell you the example from my own life. You know, I have this pesky CSF leak that keeps returning. And so I've been struggling with this now. This is 5 years? Yeah, 5 years. And actually 5+. And I'm leaking again, as you know. Some of you know, some of you don't. I never got depressed. I never got down. It never beat me emotionally or spiritually, even though it's a very difficult way to live. And I have contemplated upon that, and I realized the only reason that didn't happen because I devoted my life to working on myself. I fed this horse for many decades before I got to the bottom of this mountain that is so hard to climb. And because of it, I never got depressed. I never got discouraged. I just put one foot in front of the other. I don't create stories about how horrible this is, poor me, none of that. I just keep going. And that is the laboratory here. We do the same thing. So when we are faced with insurmountable, catastrophic events, may it be political, global, personal, we can take it. We can climb that mountain. And then we climb it together. Malcolm Gladwell wrote a book about David and Goliath. And he just reframed strength versus weakness in a way that really spoke to me. So he said that Goliath, who was so big and so strong and so unbeatable, his very strength was also his liability. And David, who was tiny but smart, he was the weak, he was the underdog. So he was very tiny, but he thought, and the equalizer, the great equalizer between the two of them was the slingshot, the sling. That's how he took out Goliath. So a strength can be a liability, a weakness can be a strength. And in this community, we do not offer you a magical slingshot. That we do not have. But what we offer, I think is even better, is many Davids. Many, many Davids. We come together as Davids as we face insurmountable problems. Well, look, The political climate is catastrophic today. We're facing global warming, the ever-increasing threat of fascism, this othering of each other. The thing that keeps a nation together, that makes the life of a nation possible, is a unifying story. If there is no unifying story, the nation cannot survive. And notice the story that is being fed to this nation is anything but unifying. Anything but unifying. So the breakdown of this incredible nation is at risk today because of the story that is being fed from up above. So here, we come together as Davids, and we bring our slingshots, and we bring our stones, and we strengthen each other. And then when we fall, we pick each other up. And then we figure out strategies and ways to deal with whatever life brings to us. And how? Where do we inspire from? Where do we inspire from? Well, we have the experienced, the direct experience of the mystical, of the transcendent, whom, like I said, we might call God or love or ground of being, or, well, you know what's alive in you. You know what you call it. We also inspire from prophetic teachers who have gone before us or who are still among us, who speak with the clarity and the wisdom that resonates with us and that helps us clarify our own thoughts and helps us identify ways of living that honor our need for belonging. Need for belonging. We also inspire from all the religions of the world. Why wouldn't we? We take that which works, we leave behind that which doesn't. And then we inspire from humanist teachings, the ones that elevate the importance of reason and scientific results. We honor all of that. And even though we inspire from here, we don't say that this is what you must believe in. We just say this is where you might start looking. We do not tell you this is how it has to be. Just because we have principles and values, we don't say you have to prescribe to them. We just say you might give them a try. You might want to try them on for size and see. And if what fits, wear it. What doesn't, leave it. Many sauces in here. So if you are the kind of person who, when asked about the big questions, the biggest questions in life, and your answer begins, well, on the one hand, this might be your place. If you are the kind of person who thinks a lot, who ponders a lot, this might be your place. If you are the kind of person who believes that belonging ought to be generous and not conditional, this might be your home. We are people who think a lot. We think hard because we believe that we can transform the world when we apply our best thinking with our most loving. And that hope we hold on together to as a collective. In here, we talk the talk. Out there, we walk it. So welcome, hopefully home. And so it is.
Your contributions are a tangible commitment to the mission and the vision of UUCC. Each time you give, you renew this commitment. Your support is entwined with all that we believe and all that we do here together. The slide on the screen shows a few ways to give. You may mail a check to our building, giving electronically through the church website, using the Vanco app on a smartphone or tablet, or placing your offering in the basket as the ushers bring it around.
I know you guys know this one, so we're going to sing it all together, right? Here we go. Celebrate good times, come on! Celebrate good times, come on! There's a party going on right here, a celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We're gonna celebrate your party with you. Come on now, celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Celebration. We gonna celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on, celebrate good times. Come on. Come on. Celebrate good times. Come on. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. Again. Celebrate good times. Come on. Celebrate good times. Come on. Keep it going. Celebrate good times. Come on. Now I'm just having fun. Let's go again. Celebrate good times. Come on. One more time. Celebrate good times. Come on.
Yay, Luke. Our version of Kool and the Gang. And now it's time to extinguish the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Bring forth your special flavor. Add it to the collective. And let us create a world with hope, kindness, compassion, and possibility. And so it is.